There will be no checking in the eye line. In some hope, she puts her hand on her stomach and says that we will do all this. The gate is closed, but when she immediately calls him, Jonas asks her to remain calm and tells that in some time we will be in the ship, after which I will come to you. And after hearing this, Miyako gets a little relieved, but she is finding it difficult to control herself in such a crowd. It was because she was more concerned about her child than herself. But what to do? She is helpless. After this, people start going to the port via the beach of the That's why he looks at the entire truck very carefully and sees something wrong. He fires a bullet which hits the back, which means there is something behind it too. He says to the people sitting inside, I know that you all are here. You are hiding, so it is better that everyone comes out. Otherwise I will kill everyone one by one. It takes some time, but no one comes out. So he asks his man to open fire, and then a girl comes out. But in this time, the gun is fired at the box kept at a height where these people cannot see. The senior officer orders to kill everyone, after which indiscriminate firing starts. For a few seconds, there is only the sound of bullet shells falling and the screams of the people. Nothing is heard, and the same Miyane lies silently above with her hand on her mouth. After everyone dies, she throws everyone's dead body into the sea, and then the gate is closed. Now Miyane was alone in this entire container. She was the first one to do so. She sends a voice message to Jonas that they have killed everyone, but she is hiding. After some time, her container is loaded onto the cargo ship. She calls Jonas, who is about to go to the island, but his phone says it is switched off. She again sent him a voice message saying that now it has been loaded on the ship. When are you coming? But he did not get any reply. Here perhaps he too might have been killed by them, because all the containers must have been checked. But who knows? There might be a miracle. Whatever happens, save the nerves. Only this prayer was coming out of Mayan's heart. After some time, when Shiv starts walking, you check something's lying on Mayan, in which she finds a talk which she burns and puts a cloth on herself. She had thrown a blanket and tried to sleep. Now her journey from here is going to be very long. Now at midnight, when her place opens, she looks out of that hole and she comes to know that her ship is stuck in a heavy storm. And slowly the storm increases so much that she starts getting scared. She sees that one by one, all the containers start falling on her, and in all of them her container is also there. And as soon as that container falls into the water, she gets a shock, due to which she becomes unconscious there. When after some time she opens her eyes and looks around her, the container was filled with water and everyone was bleeding. Then she looked outside the hole and saw that her container was floating on the beach in the middle of the sea, which was very scary. Scary because in such a situation, how will she be able to keep herself alive? And on this very beach, she first tries to call Jonas, but unfortunately his phone is broken. But she tries with her other phone, but it is still not picking up the call. And then suddenly she hears some people screaming. When she looks out of the hole, she sees the same green container in which she saw Jonas. She had seen it happening, but at the same time he is drowning in the water. She calls him again, but it is of no use. And in no time the container sinks in front of her eyes. And seeing Jonas dying like this in front of her, she drowns completely, because now she is alone. And there was only one hope left, which was keeping her alive. But now that too is gone. So at one point she even tries to take her own life. But then she remembers that there is another life inside her too, and she has to fulfill the promise given to her. She throws the knife, and while sitting like this, she gets blinded. When she wakes up again, she sees that she has moved ahead from her place, and there is a container hanging above. Actually, now it was filled with water. Hence the container was tilted to one side. If it continues to fill with water like this, she will drown. She tries everything, but alas, It is of no use because after some time the container is filled with water and she starts shaking there, and within no time she dies. Then suddenly her eyes open because it was just a dream of hers. When she is there, she sees that now she is filling water in reality too. It has started and she tries to force the water out of a hole, after which she has closed the hole through which water was coming in. There is no benefit in taking it. Now after this, she starts opening those continuously. What should I tell him inside it? But there was nothing special in it. Now, in some he finds a tiffin box. In some, earbuds. In some, a bottle of wines, which may be of some use to him in the future. Now the first thing is that she keeps her phone in the tiffin box so that she can get ghee. She gets a call from an unknown number on her phone. When she picks it up, it is not someone who is on, but someone who does not sleep. Yes? Hearing whose voice she is very happy. She is still alive. He tells her that his driver has dropped them somewhere outside the city. But when he hears about Mayan's condition, he is not surprised, and he consoles her and tells her to have courage to keep herself alive. Hearing his voice, Mayan gets a little hope. After some time, Mayan's labor pain also started, and thirdly, lightning starts to crackle. After some time, the container starts shaking from both the sides, and during this time, Mia had also started labor pain. She tries hard to stop herself by any means, but is unable to do so. In this storm, she gives birth to a baby, whom she names Loha. But here Noha has no problem. He is in this water, so he takes it and sits in a big box kept there. He gets his attention, but now his food is slowly getting exhausted. In such a situation, whatever remaining food is water. He will have to eat less because he has to feed something to his daughter also. Now here she tries to call Nick again and again, but his phone does not work. Now the next day when she wakes up, she sees that her past is going away because she was hungry. At that very moment you feed her milk so that he calms down a bit. But during this time an idea comes in his mind. Why not go on this and tells him that at this time we are in the island city. And tears come to Carmia's eyes after hearing that he and his daughter have done this. And this would be the end of the story. Friends, 1. This mother, who can fight every problem of the world,